Hello card fighters and welcome to Vanguard Jossu, and my name is Jossu. So during the recording of this video, episode 4 is coming out tomorrow, and yeah, I know I'm late for doing this, but hey, this video is going to contain my thoughts and reactions for episode 3. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is the summary, and the title of this episode is The Tiger of Kaga. So Yuyu goes to this amusement park after the day he fought Megumi, and he meets this character. It was the hooded character from episode 2, who is Katsuki Morayama, and he defeated Megumi in a card fight, and then once Danji pretty much gives out his entrance, Katsuki challenges him to a card fight. So instead of accepting it immediately, Danji proposes that Yuyu should fight Katsuki first. And because Yuyu is pretty much a new card fighter, he got the pressure. So with the help of Team Blackout and Danji's training, he was able to relax and enjoy the card fights instead of feeling the pressure from fighting this well-known card fighter. So after Yuyu's win against Katsuki Morayama, Yuyu fights Danji. So after the fight with Danji, and spoiler alert, Yuyu lost, Danji retires as a card fighter. So that is how the episode ends, and we're going to see my thoughts in the next segment. So the second thing I want to talk about is my thoughts for episode 3. And what do I think of episode 3? Well, first I want to talk about the character Katsuki Morayama. He was first shown in episode 2, then he got his proper debut in episode 3. And what do you think about him? Well, to be honest, he's one of the more forgettable characters in the long run. Well, unless they bring him back, but I doubt that they will. And so the only thing that I'm going to remember about him is that he uses Barrow Magnus, the card, because, I mean, yeah, he's a strong fighter, but his design is pretty lackluster if you ask me. I mean, his attitude's good, the voice acting is good, but there's something about him that doesn't appeal to me as a character. Maybe he's one of those one-off characters. Maybe he's going to have some cameos here and there, but I doubt he's going to get a big role soon. So the next thing I want to talk about is Yuyu's training arc in this episode, because during his training arc, we get to see Yuyu being taught by Team Blackout. Sorry, English is not my first language. We see Yuyu being trained by Team Blackout. You get to see him writing notes about how to beat his opponent. Then he was doing this for 6 days, and then in the 7th day, we get to see Danji bringing Yuyu to his special training regimen. And in this special training regimen, it's pretty much Danji's part-time job, showing him how to draw a card, like how you pull tall grass out of the soil. This scene reminds me of the original character from the original anime, Kamui, because he trains other characters in the show by training your physical body, and then that is how you become stronger in card fights. So does it really work? I don't know, but I'm willing to try. Because yeah, it seems enjoyable as well. And with the job, Danji is teaching Yuyu to Just don't feel pressured, and then it's okay to relax sometimes. Take your mind off things and just do something else that gets your mind off of your initial thoughts, your initial overthinking process or something like that. And yeah, so then after his part-time job, we get to see Danji and Yuyu go into a card shop, and it was the same card shop that Yuyu wasn't able to visit in episode 2. And yeah, that is when Danji and Yuyu picked out cards together, how pretty much teaching Yuyu how to build the deck, how to improve his deck, something like that. And yeah, what do I think about this? It's pretty sweet as well. And after the card shop scene, Danji told Yuyu to take a shower in order to freshen up, pretty much. So with Team Blackout's pretty brutal training, if so to speak, and Danji teaching Yuyu how to relax every once in a while and learning how to freshen up, we see how Danji and Team Blackout is pretty much a good team. They're a good group of people who are willing to teach new players how to play the game and how to have fun. And that is what I like about Team Blackout as a group. Because, like I said during my thoughts from episodes 1 and 2, that they're pretty open-minded people. And yeah, I'm willing to see more scenes with the characters from Team Blackout. So yeah, and I think this is when we're going to the next thought. Transition time. So the next thing I want to talk about is the card fights. So in this episode, we actually got 2 card fights that are pretty much in this episode, 2 full card fights by full card fights in Vanguard overdress. I'm going to use that term loosely now. So the first card fight was between Yuyu and Katsuki, and Katsuki, there was a scene with Katsuki gaining more soul because his deck was based around the card Barrow Magnus. And to those who may not know, Barrow Magnus gets more and more powerful with each card in his soul. So yeah, we get to see Katsuki building up his soul, and then there was this turn he gets to have a big attack, a giant attack against you, and Yuyu, instead of being scared throughout this attack, he pretty much learns how to smile, to still smile through the challenge. And when I first saw this scene, I was thinking that I was thinking that he's just the main character. Of course he's going to smile through the challenges, right? But then I realized that no, it wasn't because he's just the main character. It's because Danji's training taught him how to relax. And I think that's a good lesson overall. When it comes to the things you love, when it comes to challenging other strong opponents, it's really okay to just sit back and relax. You don't have to feel pressure just because you're new to something. Just because you're new, for example, in Vanguard, it doesn't mean you can't fight stronger people. You can't fight people with more experience than you. Because one of the best things about Vanguard is because no matter what skill level you have, you can always have fun playing with all sorts of people. And I guess you get to see that in this episode too. And yeah, so after taking Katsuki's attacks, Yuyu was able to win, And after Yuyu's win, I'm sorry, he's going to fight Danji. So yeah, this episode is also giving us the very special treatment of the card fights, just like the one in episode 1. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to gather my thoughts here, but yeah, episode 1's card fight has more hype, it has more action, it's more action packed if you think about it, if you compare it to episode 3's. But then again, episode 3's card fight, well, the main card fight is actually about Yuyu versus Danji, because we also get to see the two having fun with this card fight. Danji was able to see Yuyu as a challenge, and yeah, so we're also given this scene in Planet Cray. We get to see Nirvana, we get to see Trickstar, we get to see Virina, we also get to see Bruce. That's like 3 units? 3 or 4 units in Cray, and it's good, it's enjoyable. We get to see how passionate these two card fighters are. And yeah, my theory still stands that the card fight in Cray, the fight scenes in Cray, will have something to do with your imagination or your passion in the card fight. And during Yuyu and Danji's card fight, we can see that these two are passionate as well. So I'm actually glad that we had this scene, because it's not more of an action-packed scene. I see it as just two players having a fun round of Vanguard. So yeah, overall, these two card fights in episode 3, pretty good. So in this segment of the video, I'm going to talk about my additional thoughts, because I don't know where to put these thoughts. And in this segment, I actually want to talk about Danji and Yuyu, because I think these two characters have the ability to see the potential within something. Because during the scene, during Danji's part-time job, Yuyu was able to find this wooden figure, and then turns out this wooden figure was actually part of a cuckoo clock. And with that piece, the cuckoo clock is complete again. And when asked about how he sensed that there's something more to the wooden piece, Yuyu said that he just felt something. And then after the part-time job, they went to the card shop, and then the store manager talks to Danji about how Danji not really bringing anyone to the card shop. And then we get to see Danji looking at Yuyu in a way that this kid has something more within him, pretty much. And yeah, I actually believe that these two are more similar than we thought. So we actually get to see Danji acknowledging Yuyu's potential during their card fight. And after their card fight, that is when Danji retires as a card fighter. But his reasons behind that, I don't know. His whole reason, I don't know. But if I were to theorize, I think he did this in order to train Yuyu to become a stronger fighter. Because without Danji, who's going to be the strongest member of Team Blackout? Well, you could argue that it could be Megumi, Tomari, Sakusa, but maybe it's going to be Yuyu. Yuyu is going to take the place as the new leader. Because if we if we look at the subtitles or listen to the beginning of their card fights, I mean Danji and Yuyu, Tomari said something interesting. She said she called Danji the Tiger of Kaga, hence the name of the episode, and then she called Yuyu the baby tiger. And this shows that Yuyu is still maturing, and with the big tiger, he can teach the baby tiger to grow even stronger. So maybe the purpose of this retirement was to show how Yuyu can get stronger and stronger even without Danji as a card fighter. But I don't know. That's just my theory. So yeah, I'm also going to talk a bit about predictions, but not really, because we got the synopsis for episode 4, and episode 4's synopsis pretty much says something about the amusement park being in danger, and I actually mentioned this in my last video. You should watch that if you want. You should. I actually mentioned that maybe there will be higher stakes about, for example, the amusement park being in danger. So yeah, it is actually going to be very interesting. We also get to see the character design for Megumi's, I think it was her sibling. And yeah, I'm actually pretty interested in that. So anyway, what are my final thoughts? So episode 3 pretty much shows Yuyu's development here. It showcases more of his development in this episode. Why did I repeat that? I'm sorry. But yeah, I enjoyed episode 3. It was a very charming episode because we get to see Yuyu grow more as a character, even if it's just a little bit. It's okay because it's still episode 3. We get to see him and Danji bonding together, and I guess that's really precious for this anime. And I'm actually looking forward to episode 4. So yeah, I'm sorry if I can't give a lot of my thoughts. I can't give a lot of thoughts here, but there's really nothing much that I could say, because every episode of Vanguard overDress so far, they made me speechless. Because yeah, I really enjoy watching this anime, and I hope you are too. So in conclusion, episode 3 is fun. I'm hoping to see Yuyu becoming the next Tiger of Kaga. So yeah, let's see about that, huh? And I guess I'm taking too long, and I'm sorry about that. So yeah, let's go to the outro. And that is going to be it for this video. What am I supposed to say? I'm sorry, but yeah. Again, I'm going to apologize for not being able to upload as much. I've been very busy with school. I was supposed to record the video I was planning to do it yesterday, but something came up, schoolwork came up, and this is when I actually have free time for the time being. So yeah, to be honest, I was actually planning to have episode 3 and episode 4 together, but it's my fault for not looking at the schedule of the episodes. So yeah, I ended up waiting for episode 4, but it didn't happen. So here we are. And yeah, So I actually plan to make a video for episode 4 as well, a reaction video for episode 4. I also want to have videos about the collab sets, because we've seen a lot of cards for Token Ranbu and Monster Strike. And yeah, I actually want to talk about these two sets too, but it's going to take me more research, and we're going to wait a bit more so that I can get a proper vision of the playstyle. And yeah, we can talk about collab sets more soon, and I'm looking forward to that as well. So yeah, I also plan to do some playtesting more, because I also plan to do deck profiles, and I think you already knew about this. So yeah. Anyway, sorry for listening to me rambling on and on and on. But yeah, again, I'm sorry for being late. I really do plan to upload more consistently soon. And yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, you can hit the like button if you want, you can subscribe if you want, and maybe hit the notification bell. It's always your choice. If you do have any questions, you can always put them in the comment section down below. If you have any thoughts, if you want to have a discussion with me, that's fine. And with that in mind, again, this is Vanguard Jossu, and my name is Jossu. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.